Hey everybody, it's me, Bryson Booker, and it's time for another BBTV review just for you. I had to clean off my camera there, sorry about that. There was a little speck somewhere right, well, I don't know where it went. But anyway, that's not the point. My camera's clean, and you can see me perfectly, hopefully. Depending on how good your computer screen looks. But that's not the point. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a CD. And specifically, I hope to be uploading this on the 4th of July. So, today's the 4th of July, so happy 4th of July, everybody. Or if I'm lazy and I upload this later, belated happy 4th of July to everybody. Yeah. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a CD, and it's simply MTV's Party to Go 2000. Now, if I could get it out of my CD case, 90s CD case that is, authentic to the 90s, you got the CDs to the right, and the album covers to the left. That's how we do it. That's how they did it in the 90s. So, let's check this out here. So, we have MTV's Party to Go 2000. Now, the actual CD is in my CD case, but, I really don't want to, move it around and, bounce it around too much because, it is a CD and it can get scratched. But I can show you the booklet, which does have all the same important information in it. At least I believe it does. Yes, it does. And so the MTV Party to Go series was pretty unique for its time. Nowadays, it's like, you really don't need CDs like this, or at least what this CD did that other albums didn't do. Or you really don't need this CD nowadays, basically for what internet providers could do, or internet radio could do nowadays. But back in the day, or if you're still old school like me and you still like to listen to these type of CDs, series like the MTV Party to Go basically featured mainly hit songs from artists such as the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Heavy D and the Boys, Naughty by Nature, the Beastie Boys, Aaliyah, Mos Def, current songs by the artists at that time, typically in the 90s, basically. The 90s and early 2000s, and I think they started this series in the late 80s, I believe, the Party to Go series. And basically, MTV sponsored it and basically put a whole bunch of hit songs and created a mix of those songs on one CD. And so, basically, the Party to Go was just a continuous rotation, or at least until the CD ended, of current hit songs, current hit music. Now, nowadays, obviously, you could go on Pandora or Spotify or whatever cheesy internet site they have nowadays and just pull up a song, pull up an artist, and then you'll get continuous play of that artist's music or, multiple artists' music. But back in the day, they basically did the same thing on CD. And so, the CD would just continuously play songs. So you basically had to have a CD player that wouldn't cut the tracks, as they play. And most CD players didn't do that, but some really, really cheap ones did. So after a song ended, they would cut to the next song, then they would cut to the next song, when really the CD was designed just to continuously play, and the tracks really flow into one another. And that's what Party to Go does. They have made, I believe, almost 8 or 9 or 10 of them, I believe, 10 Party to Go's from MTV. And they released it on CD, they released it on cassette tape, and they released some of them on videotape, so you can watch the music videos as they played. But they made many of them, and you can actually see them here. And the series was originally designed to help fight against cancer, so that's why MTV sold them. And they sold them for many years. I believe the first CD edition started in 1991. So it went from 91 all the way, I would say, to about 2001 or 2002. But if you want to go back even further, MTV had another Party to Go series That was a series of videotapes. Now those are really rare. Those are from like the mid to late 80s, and they basically featured multiple music videos, and it was basically called MTV To Go, or MTV's Party To Go, and it was just a videotape that featured multiple 80s music videos from different bands and different genres, things like that. So it was basically the same thing as Party To Go, just in a video. And Party To Go did release some videotapes, but later on down the line, they just really stuck to CDs and cassettes. And so it says the portion of the proceeds that, obviously, when you bought this CD, went to a cancer foundation to help fight cancer. So enough of my blabbering. Let's see what songs are on MTV's Party To Go 2000. So we got the Backstreet Boys, Everybody, Backstreet's Back, obviously, and then you can't have an album without the Backstreet Boys if you don't include NSYNC. So the next song is an early NSYNC song, NSYNC's Here We Go. Next you have Jennifer Page, Crush, and that's the Shinobi Deeply Crushed mixed. LeAnn Rimes, How Do I Live Without You? Mr. Mig Dance Edit. You got Amber's Sexual, Thunderpuss 2000 remix. Thunderpuss. Create whatever jokes you want here. Joey McTrite, Stay the Same, and that's the Tony Morgan radio mix. Steps 5, 6, 7, 8 extended version. You got Aaliyah, Are You That Somebody? Monica's First Night. Before Dark, Come Correct. 702, Where My Girls At? From the Front to Back. That's on here. Britney Spears, Thinking About You, from her first album, I believe. Yeah, that is from her first album. Jennifer Love Hewitt, an interesting one on here. How Do I Deal? And you also have 98 Degrees, The Hardest Thing. That's the last track. The album itself was, created by MTV, but the real brains behind the Party To Go series was Tommy Boy Records. And they basically made, from the first Party To Go all the way to the last one, Tommy Boy basically created the series along with MTV. But like I stated before, the songs play in a mix. So you're not... Now, when I first bought this, I actually thought that you were going to hear the songs in their original form. Backstreet Boys, Everybody's Back. You know how that sounds, so you would hear it as the original version. But it's actually a part of a mix. And at first, I did think that, okay, this is the original song, Backstreet's Back. But then when it started to keep playing and then go into the next song, I'm like, wait a minute. And then I looked at the book. I'm like, wait a minute here. But it's really how the album is. It's not the songs separately. It's the songs in a mix, and remix version of the popular songs. So basically, once you put this on, you basically party. And, it's basically dance music and remixes of popular songs that you could dance to. Like, Crush is a good example, because we all know that Crush wasn't originally a party song or a techno song by Jennifer Page. It's kind of a nice, mellow ballad. But on here, you actually get the dance version of Crush, as well as Where My Girls At, obviously, from 702. So it's basically just a continuous party mix. Once you play it, you just party. At least until the CD's over. Then you restart it. Then party some more. Then at least until it's over. Then you restart it. Then you party some more. And then you get sick of it. Then you put in another one. Then you party some more. Then it stops. Then you... and that's how it worked back then. Before internet providers, series like Party To Go, as well as other well-known party CD series created by, Time Life and Razor and Tie. These other... There were a whole bunch of them in the 90s. Basically, they did what internet radio does now. It provided you with a constant rotation of music while you were working out, or while you were partying, or just hanging out with friends. and listening to some cool popular songs. And so I love it. I still listen to it because I don't use internet radio because I'm old school like that. So, hey. So check it out for yourself. It's MTV's Party to Go 2000, as well as the whole MTV Party to Go series from 1 through 9 or 10 or how many ever they did. They've been doing it for a long time. So pick up every CD because every CD has some current hits and it's great. Check it out for yourself.